Hi everybody, it's podcast time, September 3rd, 2013. I hope everybody had a great Labor Day weekend, nice 3 days off, and if you did work over the long weekend, my sympathy goes out to you. I'm really glad that there are still some people who are willing to work when the rest of us have the day off. This week's podcast is going to be a little bit more serious, and I'll tell you why. It was 21 years ago last week that South Florida saw its worst hurricane ever. In fact, it was the worst hurricane ever seen in the United States up to that time, and nobody knows exactly how powerful it was because it also destroyed the National Hurricane Center in Miami. Unless you lived through it, you probably don't think about or remember Hurricane Andrew much. The sad truth is there have been even more powerful hurricanes since, not to mention floods and other natural disasters throughout our country and throughout the world. Personally, I was living in South Florida at that time, and I was very lucky that the hurricane went south. Didn't hit my house at all, really, just a couple of down branches, but it did take out the houses of a lot of my friends. And that's why I get a little bit more serious. You know what they always wanted me to bring whenever I would drive down there to help clear debris? Radios, batteries, a portable television. Yeah, we had them back then. And you know, that's what you should have in your emergency kit. Think about picking up a portable radio. Solid Signal has them, of course, and we even have the ones that you can crank so you never need batteries. Of course, you'll get pretty strong doing all that cranking if the power's out for a good long time, so you might want to also have a battery-powered radio, or make sure that the radio that you buy will also work on batteries. It's not a bad idea to have a little portable television too, and Solid Signal also sells one or two of those. You might want to pair it with something like the HD Blade antenna, because, you know, in the case of a natural disaster, your roof-mounted antenna might not exactly hold up. See, now's the perfect time to be taking a look at that emergency kit that you've got and make sure that everything inside it is current. Make sure that there's some food that'll hold up for a while. You're not going to be replacing it anytime soon. Some drinking water, radio, of course, television, of course, batteries, of course, flashlight, everything that you're going to need. And a little bit of toilet tissue. That was the other thing that people kept asking me for when I was cleaning up after that hurricane. Could you bring a little bit of that? I'm sorry to be a little bit crass, but it is something that you should have in your emergency kit, and Solid Signal does not sell that, but it is something you should have in your emergency kit. You know, it's funny, a lot of us grew up at a time that there were relatively few natural disasters, and the ones that did happen were very isolated. Well, for whatever reason, and I don't want to get political, there are a lot more natural disasters now than it seems like there were when we were growing up. And they're a lot more frequent. And that's why emergency preparedness is so important. Take this as a sales pitch, or just take it as some good advice from somebody who's been there. Get prepared. Be prepared. Stay prepared. That's my spiel for this week. I know it's kind of heavy, and I do thank you for sitting through it. In the meantime, have you visited the Solid Signal blog? There's more and more content on it every week. We just started linking up to solidsignal.com's Daily Deals section, and we're going to be doing a lot more integration with that in the coming months. In the meantime, you're guaranteed to get between 2 and 4 articles every day on a variety of subjects. Might be interesting, might be fun, tutorials, new product announcements, the best reviews on the web, everything that you need to know. So visit blog.solidsignal.com. While you're there, think about a new topic for the Solid Signal podcast. Click on that Suggest a Topic button on the upper right-hand corner of the site, and you'll be able to tell me what you want to hear about. That about does it for me this week. You know, it's a 4-day week. Does that mean that my podcast only has to be 80% of the length? To be fair, I have been going a little bit over my 5-minute target the last couple of weeks, and it's probably okay that I give you guys a break with something a little bit shorter. So I'll sign off and simply say, have a great week.